cross. A 15-year-old shows me scars he says he got from being beaten by Bulgarian authorities on a previous attempt. This is his 8th try. One time Bulgarian police arrested us and started hitting us, he tells me. They set dogs on us and sent us back just wearing shorts. 2 weeks ago, he saw someone shot in the leg. Others in the group talk of systematic abuse.
أخذونا بسيارة على غار وجهري حطونا بكنف وشلحونا من الصالون وصوتونا كل صوتونا كل واحد والكلام.
Are you frightened that if you get caught again?
أحسن.
The Bulgarian government denies the allegations, saying it follows international and domestic laws, adding aggression against border officials is increasing. But the accusations are disturbing. Threats, violence and intimidation routinely wielded on the edge of Europe. Siobhan Robbins, Sky News, on the Bulgarian border.
And the mother of a victim of gambling addiction has told Sky News she wants every gambling advert to have the warning, "Gambling kills." Parents whose loved ones took their own lives through gambling addiction have criticised the delay to legislation needed to address the issue. Our Home Editor Jason Farrell reports.
The families of these young people say that each of them has developed an addiction that cost them their lives, and that they represent just a fraction lost every year through suicides linked to problem gambling. Today's 6 mothers arrived in Downing Street with Tory MP Ian Duncan-Smith with a letter calling for change.
It should have, on the bottom of any gambling advert, it should say, "Gambling kills."
Kay Wadsworth sold her home to pay for her daughter's gambling debts before Kimberly, aged just 32, took her own life.
You asked me the question, how much did she spend, how much was she in debt for? It doesn't matter whether it was 1 million, whether it was £1. She paid the ultimate price, which was her life.
While the gambling world has moved with dizzying pace into the technological era, with casinos moving to our phones, legislation has been glacial.
Since the Gambling Review was published in 2019, there has been a succession of delays, partly due to political turmoil. There have been 5 different ministers in charge of the brief in that time. But it does seem like the white paper is now about to be published, be that just before Christmas or just after.
These campaigners want the bill to include a statutory levy to raise money from the industry to pay for independent information, education and addiction treatment. There's already a voluntary system, but Liz Ritchie, who lost her son Jack, says it's not robust.
What's wrong with the gambling messaging as it is? I mean, they do a lot of anti-gambling messaging.
Well, it's not really anti-gambling, is it? I mean, it's sort of, when it stops being fun, just try and stop, or take time to think. You cannot take time to think when you have the equivalent of a heroin addiction.
The industry says the number of problem gamblers are reducing, and they give £110 million a year to Gamble Aware. They add, Gamble Aware is responsible for independently distributing research, education and treatment funds to services and charities. British Gambling Council members have no formal or informal role with Gamble Aware and have no say on who receives donated money or how it's spent. But both industry and campaigners expect change.
The key areas that we need to see is to curtail the promotional levels that go on, particularly to younger people. And the second thing is to make sure that those who are already damaged can get treatment because it's being paid for by those who damage them.
We'll find out soon whether he and these mothers have convinced the government. Jason Farrell, Sky News.
Well, if you've been affected by this story and want to talk to someone, you can call the Samaritans for free on 116 123 or email joe@samaritans.org. Let's get a look at the weather.
Anticipation is rising, and so is the atmosphere. Are you ready? The weather, sponsored by Qatar Airways.
Well, the cold easterly wind that we've had is giving way to an even colder northerly, bringing widespread frosts and some snow to the north. It'll feel cold this afternoon, but most places look dry with more in the way of sunshine than recently. Just a few showers, mainly near northern and eastern coasts.
The weather, sponsored by Qatar Airways.